Yo, 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 yo. It's Terror Talk. Hey, for a quick second, I want to get serious for a second. I would like to give Rob Zombie a personal apology. I was shit on his movies all day long. Specifically, I'm a big Halloween fan.
You were really rough on him, and
I was rough.
I just want to say this: I enjoyed the first his remake of Halloween. I liked it.
See, this is the thing. I hated it. I hated it.
I know.
I hated the
remember.
first one. I hated the second one. Like pure hate. I even tweeted at him. I was like, "Look, your movie sucks."
You went in.
I went in on him, and he's like, whenever somebody sees me in person, they always love my Halloween movie, but they always trash me online. Rob, I would have told you to your face that I hated his movies back then. But then I watched Halloween Ends. And I have to say, way that they dissected and mutilated my boy, the way that they destroyed the legacy of Michael Myers. I didn't think a movie could ever make Michael Myers so just shit on the franchise as much as Halloween Ends did. And I owe you an apology because I went back to watch Halloween 1 and Halloween 2, which I despised at the time. Watched it again, and now I have a found new appreciation for those films. So I want to formally, if you're watching this, which I'm sure you are, I want to formally apologize for ever tweeting at you or shitting on these movies because in comparison to the Halloween Ends that completely destroyed everything, it scorched earth, those movies were masterpieces compared to them. Masterpieces.
This is an apology.
I'm apologizing. I'm so sorry for that. I misjudged you. I misjudged these movies. I watched them again, and I said, these aren't that bad.
Yeah,
They're even good. Even 2 is pretty good.
Hey, Rob Zombie, if you're watching,
which
can
I knew
you
he
get
is.
John 5 to give me an autograph?
Who?
Anything. His guitar's in his band, or was his guitarist.
Give us an autograph.
John 5, big fan, bro.
I'm sorry about that. So in my part of our apology, or part of my apology, I do want to talk about your film, which even before I was shitting on the Halloween movies, your masterpiece of a film, which I'm not even doing this to blow smoke. I believe this is a horror movie masterpiece. It is The Devil's Rejects.
Rob Thomas is like, hey, this guy likes me.
He likes me now. He don't give a shit. But The Devil's Rejects to me, I think, after that apology, this is all done. The Devil's Rejects to me is, I thought for me, because I'm not really a big fan of Rob Zombie's movies in general.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a masterful film.
It's good.
Horror movie.
You know what it is? When you go from a House of a Thousand Corpses to this.
Yeah, this is the sequel. Yeah.
Yeah. But when you go, like, the way that was shot, and you see how he did Devil's Rejects, you're like, wow, this is actually pretty good.
It's perfection. And I didn't like the next one either. There's another one, right?
No.
3 from Hell?
Yeah, no, that just sucked.
But Devil's Rejects, though, this movie is the tits. It's the tits to me. I love it. I love this movie. Like,
I think everybody's waiting tits of.
It's the tits, just
the
general
tits.
tits. I love this movie. This movie, it encompasses so many different things, and it does so many different tones. So you start off as like the typical. They're on the road. They're on the run. These 3 serial killers, they're sadists, they're rapists, blah, blah, blah. They do all the bad things that you would expect. And it starts off with the family being taken hostage. That family gets taken hostage. They get murdered. They get tortured. They get, And it continues on there, and you loathe these characters. The 3 characters, you just hate them, the Firefly family. And then simultaneously, you have a police officer that's hunting them down because he wants his revenge as well. So he's taking pieces of his own pound of flesh by killing parts of their family. And this family's already wreaking havoc through the Midwest or wherever they are in Texas, Nevada, wherever they are.
I want to say Texas.
Texas feels like Texas, right?
Well, wherever From Dusk to Dawn is.
Yeah, that's where it is.
It feels like they're in that world.
It felt like they were like 10 minutes away from the Titty Twister. So they're wreaking havoc, and then there's a point where it shifts and all the horror kind of stops for a second, and it turns into kind of like a Bonnie and Clyde situation where you start kind of rooting for the Firefly family, and you start understanding them because it like stops, like it's like relentless horror, torture, violence. It like the part where it ends is they have a I know the exact moment where the person cleaning the houses in the hotel opens up one of the doors of the house and a face is sewn on. There's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre style. Face is sewn on a girl's face, and she runs out and she's scared, and she runs out into the middle of the street, and she was tortured or whatever, and then she gets hit by a truck and then explodes into pieces. But after that point, these characters are on the run, and we get to know them.
Yeah,
we get to know these characters, and then as we get to know these characters, it starts to become kind of almost like a very dark comedy.
Yeah.
Where
and there's a lot of funny moments.
Yeah.
Like the whole the fucking chicken part.
The chicken, yeah.
For me, that was the most random part. I was just like, why was this joke in there? But it's hilarious.
It's good. It works so well. Like there's so many things.
Y'all not gonna go fuck these chickens, are you?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that you want to buy chickens or whatever? And you guys like, hey. You guys are not gonna be fucking these chickens, are you?
But if you are, he's like, I'll tell you what, you never did.
It's one of those like what? Like,
it's one of those random. It was almost. I hate to say this because he's my favorite director, not Rob Zombie, Quentin Tarantino. It was almost Quentin Tarantino-esque in terms of like a reverse From Dusk Till Dawn, right? Because From Dusk Till Dawn is similar. You know, we start off with these characters that we don't really like, the George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino, they're despicable characters, and then we start
especially Quentin Tarantino's
Quentin Tarantino, yeah.
He's like real messed up.
They're messed up, and they're like the Gecko brothers, and they're going around killing and like horribly killing people that don't even deserve, like for no reason, right? Especially Quentin Tarantino's character. He's a sadist to the 10th degree. And it shifts though, because then when we get to the fighting part with the monsters and the vampires and whatever they were vampires, but there were some that were like, that is not a vampire, that is a gargoyle, sir. And then when they get to that point, you start rooting for them. I mean, Quentin Tarantino, not really him, he dies right away, but then George Clooney and the other guys band together, enemies become friends, or they work together in order to stop a greater evil.
And then who knows, maybe he's a couple with that girl too.
With I was like Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Yeah, you know, we know what you're talking about.
What's her name?
I don't know. She's from Natural Born Killers. So.
Great actress. Great actress. What's her name?
It's Julianne something. Julie something.
Oh man, somebody's yelling it while they're watching this movie. While they're watching this, they're yelling it at the screen right now.
They're yelling the wrong name too.
Yeah.
They're just like
Juliette Lewis. Juliette Lewis.
Yes, yeah.
Juliette Lewis, great actress, underrated in my opinion. She's great
in every movie. Her range is good.
Mm-hmm.
Forget like just in this movie, but we're not even talking about.
Oh yeah, she's not even in this movie, but it is similar. Like
but
it's
great range.
Relevant. Yeah, because the Devil's Rejects is similar to From Dusk Till Dawn because we spend our time with despicable characters and then we kind of wind up liking them in a way, not in a different way though. It's not like, you know, and then the character we kind of like, we kind of start not liking them. Like the sheriff that starts off, you're like, yeah, kill these dudes, man. Let's get our revenge. But then he gets a little bit too far when he kills Stifler's mom. I was like, you're going too far, buddy. Like he starts killing them and torturing them the same way that they kill and torture, and you're like, you know. It's not a profound film, but at that point where his acts of violence, the sheriff in the movie, his acts, or the police officer, whatever he was, his acts of violence become more almost as heinous as the Firefly family. And it hammers onto that point where, you know, you can become the thing that you're fighting against. You're actually becoming worse than that.
The sheriff is just out for revenge.
Yeah, and he doesn't care. He just
when you go out for revenge, you become
that. Yeah. And it was. I think this is the best film that conveyed that because I was fully on the sheriff's side up to a point, and I was like, all right, man, you're doing way too much. Like, there's a better way to handle this. But he was going in, and he didn't care. It was lustful revengeance, and he was causing just as much damage, if not more, than the Firefly family. And it ends well. That's why I didn't like Part 3, because the movie ends, and Quentin Tarantino is like, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want, because they do die at the end. The Firefly family does die.
Oh, I was like, okay, which movie were we talking about?
Yeah, they die, and then they come back.
Talking about From Dusk Till Dawn.
No.
Everybody's like, wait, hold on.
Wait
are we doing Dusk Till Dawn, or we're doing Devil's Rejects?
No, we stopped talking about that. But they die at the end. The Firefly family does die at the end.
Yeah.
So it is a fitting end for them. The sheriff dies as well. And you're like, we went on this journey with these horrendous people. We wound up understanding them a little bit. We wound up kind of liking them a little bit, even though we shouldn't have. And we wound up our main character, well, he's not really our main character, but our good guy, we wound up not liking him as much. And
the dude with the beard.
Yeah.
The one that was
sheriff,
like that.
That was just explaining the sheriff guy or the cop, whatever.
Yeah.
So in that sense, it's like, it was really profound in a way where you got both sides. It's like essentially you got both sides of the story, and they die. Everyone dies at the end, and it's fitting. You're like, you deserve death. You deserve to go to hell. You deserve your punishment. Everyone does in this movie. You go out for revenge. You dig two graves.
Especially what they did from House of 1,000 Corpse.
Yeah, they deserve.
They need to go. Especially the main guy. You know, the shortest one. Yeah, not Sherry Moon or Sid Haig.
Sid Haig, rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. And by the way, I met him in real life. Really nice guy. The best guy ever.
He's cool.
Yeah. I didn't like Night of the Living Dead.
What's this guy's name? Bill something?
I don't know, but he's a good actor.
Oh, yeah, he's great. Bill Moseley. Bill Moseley. Yeah, he's great,
his character, I'm like, nah, he could die.
He was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre too. Remember that?
He's in a lot of movies.
He was good.
When you see him clean-shaven, too, it looks like a whole different person.
Yeah, he was in that movie. Damn, what's that movie? He's in a really good one on Shudder called Bear or something like that. I think a bear monster. It's like a bear guy. Not a monster. It's a bear that's killing people. He's in that movie as a regular guy because he's never playing a regular guy. He's always like a weird dude. And
or just like a hick or something.
Yeah, like he's always like, don't trust him. If he's in the movie, don't trust him.
Yeah,
don't trust him. He's gonna get you.
No, he doesn't mean well.
No, never. You never trust him.
Yeah.
So
especially if he has a beard, no, go away.
Get away from him. So yeah, they deserve death. And it ends with them dying. So it's a satisfying conclusion to these two movies. Whereas in House of a Thousand Corpses is kind of like, it was okay. It was a Texas Chainsaw Massacre ripoff. The Devil's Rejects was something so much more poignant, in my opinion, for a horror movie. And it really, I don't know whether it was by accident or on purpose, it really touched on a lot of things. I don't know.
I
don't want to hand it back at a compliment.
Because I actually do think it was by accident.
You think so? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because it's his best movie by far.
I like Rob Zombie movies, okay, but I will say there's certain ones I just don't like at all. Like, I enjoyed House of a Thousand Corpse just because I was like, okay, this is cool. And at that time, Sherry Moon was pretty hot. So, I felt like that my character in Bill Hader's, right? That was him? No, not Bill Hader. The guy from The Office.
Yeah.
Shoot. I don't want to say,
Dwight.
I don't want to say Dwight, but
just call him Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight. If I was in his shoes, damn, I'd be in trouble. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I enjoy that. But definitely, Devil's Rejects is good. And
it's good. But
back to the Halloween movies, I enjoyed it.
Forget those Halloween movies. No, but I gave my apology already. I don't even give. I gave my apology, but we gotta explore those movies.
But I think Rob Zombie really fucked up the monsters. Just want to throw that in.
I'm not a fan of Rob Zombie at all.
But I'm just saying
that's
the monsters,
why I'm thinking with the Devil's Rejects, was it just lightning in a bottle? Because it's so good and it's so poignant. Like, was it all by accident? And I guess it is. It was because there's nothing he's done ever that's been this poetic.
Not yet.
Not yet. That's right. Rob, you got time. But it's nothing that's been this poetic and this, like, kind of nuanced. Like, this movie is a good movie. Period. It's not like, it's a good movie for this. He made a good movie. Yeah. And I have to give it its flowers because it's not scary, but it is brutal. It's violent. It's not really exciting, but it is thrilling, right? It's like, but what's the difference? Well, it's not like
there's comedic moments.
And there's comedic moments, and the dialogue's
funny.
Good. Yeah, the dialogue is good.
Also, if you look at the way he directed the movie and the shots, they're good shots.
The good shots.
Like this movie's like good all around.
It's good all around.
Sherry Moon, even she wasn't that annoying.
Yeah, the acting was good.
Yeah,
it was like it just felt like
I'm gonna do good today.
It felt like they just brought their A game on this film, and it gets my highest recommendation. It gets a Platinum T.
Damn.
Platinum, baby.
You hear that, Rob Zombie?
Platinum T, baby. And I just think it's just one of my, I can't stop talking about it. It's one of my favorites in this genre. It gets rough, of course, like all those movies.
If you go from House of a Thousand Corpses to this, you're kind of like,
you're already
as far
nuanced,
as the gore and stuff like that, you're like, okay.
You're nuanced. But it's more like it's the torture part of it. Like that's the part that's kind of like,
it's rough.
It goes a little bit too much because like you can handle like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff. Like it's like fun. This is not fun torture. Like the torture in this film, it's very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable, to the point where you're just like, oh, come on, man. Like, are you gonna keep like you're really putting us through the ringer on this one? Like especially the hotel scene. You're just like it goes on and on and on, and it kind of chokes you out a little bit. But that's part of what makes it so good though, because you have to see them so heinous to the point where it flips the script on you. But like with House of a Thousand Corpses, it's fun. You got Texas Chainsaw, like it's fun. They're running around. Like this is not fun. This is not a fun type of horror movie.
The thing for me is like, I give it a Platinum T. Too,
oh, Platinum T. Oh, yes.
I liked it. I mean, the thing is, I was always a big Rob Zombie fan as a music. Now I'm not gonna say I think he's the greatest rock band ever, but I enjoyed horror punk. I enjoy horror music, and to me, if you think of horror rock music, everybody goes to Rob Zombie because what he envisions in his music videos, he kind of brought that to movies. So that's what kind of excited me about his movies.
Well, and what I do like about Rob Zombie too is like when you hear him in interviews, he understands horror movies. Like
he owns every single horror movie ever made.
Really?
Years ago, I remember they did an MTV Cribs on him, and he showed the tour of the house.
Okay.
And his house, if you've never seen it, it's pretty crazy. He has like an elevator. It's pretty much a haunted house. But
He
made
would
his
live in
own
a haunted house. He would
yeah.
live in a haunted house.
But he has a section where it's just libraries of DVDs, cassettes. I think he had. I don't know if he had Blu-rays. There was another one, Laserdisc or something like that. He owns every single horror movie ever made.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the coolest shit ever because I was
That's
like,
pretty
damn,
cool.
I want to do that.
He knows
And-
horror though.
Yeah, he does.
He knows horror. Like
But the problem with him is that he keeps putting Sherry Moon in every movie.
it's his wife.
I
you
know, but still, it's just like
He's got to put
no,
his
that's
wife
not the
in.
problem. I think I have to agree with you. I think personally, I think this was a legit accident. He made a really good movie.
I thought that for the longest time, and I really go back and forth with that idea. In the beginning, of course,
Yeah.
I always thought this was an accident, but like it's too good. But I think he really has an affection for these characters, and he had maybe like a really good story in mind, and maybe there was a lot of accidents to it, but these happy accidents did make, in my opinion, a horror movie masterpiece. Because if you look at the third movie, Three from Hell, it's terrible.
It's garbage.
It's
and then you
garbage.
look at his next project too.
Yeah, it's trash.
It's just garbage.
It's garbage. Yeah, it's all
and
garbage.
Then, and then you keep seeing his trailer. And you're like, okay, this guy's went like this.
Yeah, it went down. It was like that was the peak. That was
Yeah.
its inflection point. And it just went. But I do like that movie, and I did want to talk about that a little bit. Anything else about Devil's Rejects? Or
No, man. I think, and again, shout out to Sid Haig.
shout out, rest in peace.
Rest in
Sid Haig.
peace, man. He was such a great actor. I think he was an iconic horror movie guy too. I know he was in a lot of like B-list horror movies, and he's
Yeah, he
always
was in
a person.
Night of the
you
Living Dead 3D.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you see, you like instantly know who he is.
Yeah, he was a great look. Great
Yeah.
look for a horror movie. And
Tall
from
as
what you
fuck,
said,
too.
he's a good dude.
Yeah.
But anyway, if you like this video, click like. Did you like the Devil's Rejects? Let us know. Did you see the Devil's Rejects? If you did, let us know below.
Do you think Rob Zombie sucks?
Yeah. Do you like Rob Zombie movies? Like, I'm not a fan, but I do. I'm a big fan of this movie. Do you like Rob Zombie movies in general? Do you think he should still make horror? Are you willing to give him one more chance? Or 7 more chances?
That's what I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure everybody's been giving him way too many chances.
It's too many chances.
especially as a director.
Now, let me ask you this before we close this up. If you were to remake any movie, but you can remake any movie, they're going to give you a limited budget, but Rob Zombie has to be your director. What movie are you going to have him remake?
Personally, it would have to be a zombie movie.
Okay, a zombie movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I personally think he would do good with zombie movies.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. I just get that vibe. Like, just look at House of a Thousand Corpses. Imagine that kind of style, but zombies.
Okay.
I think it would do really well because he wouldn't use CGI effects for horror. He would do all practical effects.
Okay.
I think he could come up with some cool looking zombies personally, and that's what I think. And if I had to do, you know what? No, let me take that back. I'm gonna say zombie movies. I think he'll do good. If I had to pick a movie that I think he'll do good to remake, Reanimator.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I think if he remade that, I think it will actually. I wouldn't say it's gonna be better than the original,
It'd be interesting
but
to,
it'd be a cool take. That's something I will watch
definitely an interesting.
because I feel like with that, because it's sexual,
Mhm.
it's gory, it's comedic. It's a lot of stuff that I think he could do well.
Yeah, he's good with the gore, the comedy, the weirdness. Yeah, I can see
the
that too.
awkward, all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
I think he'll do a good job in casting too.
Yeah, no. I think that's a good one. I like that. I like that
Yeah.
pick.
I don't know, those kind of movies I see him doing well as.
Yeah, like the quirky, weird,
Mhm.
off-kiltered films.
Yeah.
Like mine. What I would want him to do, what I would pick him for, is it's gonna sound a little strange, but People Under the Stairs.
You know what? I'll give you that.
Yeah, the reason
It'll
for
be
people.
fucked up.
Yeah, the reason I want People Under the Stairs is because
It's kind of
it's that
very
weird.
random,
Yeah,
though.
it's like that weird, the inbreeding elitist monster
Yeah.
people, right? And they're very strange. They're very weird family. He's good with families, right? Weird, strange
Yeah.
families. It's like a House of a Thousand Corpses, but like a House of a Thousand like inbred mutant monsters.
Mm.
He's good with like abuse, like dealing with like abuse and stuff like that within the family. And I think that would be good. I think People Under the Stairs would be good. I think
I
that'd
know
be a
he
good
would
remake.
get a lot of hate because a lot of people like that movie.
I
That's
love
a,
that
that's a
movie so
classic.
much. Yeah, I love that movie too.
And then once you hear Rob Zombie doing that, they're
Yeah,
like,
you're like,
fuck,
oh,
here we
no,
go. He's gonna
no.
fuck it up.
Don't do it. Don't mess it up. But
I like that. I think I
Yeah.
have to agree. I think he would do a very.
I
good
think he's
job
good
with
because
that.
like he's good with weird, quirky things. That's
the
the kind of
thing, yeah,
comedic
it's like
and kind of
those
weird.
kind of movies.
Yeah.
He's good at.
Yeah.
Even Reanimator 3, he'll be probably
Yeah,
do a way better job. than-
probably. But yeah, that was our thoughts on Evil Dead Rise. No, that was our thoughts on The Devil's Rejects. One of my favorites. Platinum T. There's
Great movie.
I'm gushing on it, but and in my apology in the beginning of Rob Zombie, listen, Halloween Ends is a piece of shit movie. It's the worst movie of all time. So
It ruined the franchise.
ruined everything. It ruined the 2018 Halloween movie. Is like I seen that movie like 4 or 5 times in the theater, which that's unprecedented. I don't do that, but with it was one of my favorites. I love how they brought it back. Everything was perfect to me. This ruins it for me. The Halloween Ends ruins it for me.
Kind of how you ruined Star Wars for me.
Yeah. Well, that's not my fault. That's Ryan Johnson.
No, but you
take it up with Ryan Johnson, baby.
You did a good job, man. When you told me that thing, I was just like, my God, this whole time, what are we fighting for?
I ruined Star Wars.
It was one of those moments. I was just like, wait, what?
I like this movie.
But
well, let us know below. What do you think of Star Wars? The Last Jedi. Did you like
what's
it? Did
your
you hate
favorite
it?
Star Wars movie?
Yeah, what's your worst favorite one? What's your least favorite? Or name in the comments, like, what's your... I don't know, man. Just do any comment.
Whatever the new Star Wars is my
your least favorite Rob Zombie movie and your most favorite one.
There you go.
And if you like hanging out with us, talking about all things horror movie news, reviews, and analysis, then consider subscribing and hanging out with us. Terror Talk out, baby.